Welcome back. I'm joined by Championship correspondent Pascal Lemaire to review Friday's match between Forest and Wolves. Pascal, start the away side, sitting 2 points off the playoffs now.
Yeah, been decent. Like 2 wins in a row, and the one against Derby last time was massive. You know, Derby, they went into that game out of form. They hadn't won in 5 games going into it, but for Wolves to win 2-0 and keep out Derby. I know Derby, they haven't got a main striker at the moment. Darren Bent and Chris Martin were still out for that one, but to keep a clean sheet there was impressive. They count themselves pretty lucky the way the game went. There was the incident in the first half when I think a Wolves player should have been sent off, and then the referee decided to award a free kick, didn't send him off. And then Tommins stuck the ball in, so that was really harsh on Derby. Steve McLaren couldn't believe that the player hadn't been sent off because it would have been a clear goal scoring opportunity, and if he'd played advantage they would have scored because Tommins curled it into the net. So they were unlucky there, but Wolves in the end, they came through. Neither of the goals was that good. Dicko's first one, Lee Grant should have saved it. He went sort of through his body if anything, and then the second one was an absolute calamity. Ball goes high in the air and Lee Grant, the Derby keeper, under a tiny bit of pressure but not that much, punched it into his own net. Just inexplicable mistake. And so Wolves, they didn't do too much in that game. They didn't score any good goals, which they have been. They've been scoring quite a few good goals of late, but in that game they didn't. But still came through 2-0, and like you say, 2 points off the playoffs. They're still 8th in the table. They haven't been to crack into that top 6 yet. But with Brentford dropping points at Millwall last time, they're only 1 point behind Brentford, 2 behind Ipswich in 6. So they're right in there, and Derby also just 2 points behind them now as well. And they're doing really well. Talk about Benica Fova. He's been a real star for them since he came in January, and I've already seen rumours, linking him with maybe a move to the Premier League in the summer if Wolves, don't achieve promotion. So it'd be a blow for them if they lose him that quickly after 6 months at the club, because he's come in and proven. He scored goals in League One for MK Dons, and he's now moved up to the Championship, scored a lot of goals for Wolves as well. So he's making that progression, and if Wolves don't go up, it wouldn't be surprised to see maybe one of the promoted clubs from the Championship go for him, or as like a bottom half Premier League side, maybe take a chance on him. But it's a big Easter for Wolves. They obviously play Forest here. Forest doing well under Dougie Freedman, and then they host Leeds on Monday, and Leeds are doing a lot better of late as well. So the Easter weekend, 2 games coming in 4 days. It's a big weekend for their playoff chances, but at the moment they do look pretty good.
So Forest sitting just 1 spot below Wolves in the table, but they're 10 points off the playoffs. Unlikely, really.
Yeah, the top 8 have pulled away. Wolves at the bottom of that top 8, and Forest, any chances they might have had of nicking sort of into that playoff race, they sort of ended last time. Really, they played Norwich, like you say, and 3-1 defeat at Carrow Road. It was a tough place to go. Norwich, they were one of the best teams in the league, and certainly one of the most informed teams in the league. But a 3-1 defeat there. They started the game quite well, actually. They had a couple of chances early on, but then once they conceded the first goal, it all went a bit wrong for them. And in the end, their goal was a mere consolation. That's all it was, really. And 10 points off the playoffs with 8 games to go. It's hard to see them having any chance of getting back into it. It's too big a gap to bridge. But positive news: Chuba Akpom's coming on loan. There's a lot of Championship clubs interested in him. I think Arsenal must have sent out maybe a feeler to a few clubs saying, we'd be willing to let Akpom go for the last bit of the season. Does anyone want him? And there was a lot of interest in him because he's come on for Arsenal this season in a few cup games and looked quite promising. Forest won the race to sign him, and I think he could be quite a good player for them with Asson Bolonga. Obviously, Asson Bolonga started the season so well since that big money move from Peterborough, but he's now out for, I think it's about 8 months with that serious injury. So Akpom will certainly get given game time up front, and he should be quite a good player for them. On the whole, Forest is 2 defeats in 11 games, and they're doing well. Dougie Freedman, unless they have a really sort of bad end to the season and they sort of drop down nearer towards mid-table, it'd be hard to imagine that Freedman wouldn't get given the job on a more full-time basis because he's only on a contract till the end of the season. So at the moment, they're looking good at Forest, and if they're going to have any chance, I still can't see them breaking into the playoff picture, but their next 2 games are against Wolves here and then Brentford on Easter Monday, so the 2 sides directly above them in the table. So if they win both of these, there might be a slight chance of them getting back into the playoff race.
Talk about maybe having a slight chance. Do you think they're going to win this one?
I'm going to predict a draw in this one. Forest and Wolves both been scoring quite a lot of goals of late, so I'm going to back 2-2 here.
Sportsman going for a 2-2 draw.